नमस्कार, आप सभी का स्वागत है नेटवर्क जनरेशन में। आज मैं एक ऐसे विषय के ऊपर बात करने जा रही हूँ, जिसका रेलेवेंस दुनिया भर में बढ़ता जा रहा है और खासकर हमारे देश में। और ये है महिलाओं की भागीदारी भारतीय फौज के फ्रंटलाइन कॉम्बैट रोल्स में। घबराइए नहीं, ज़्यादा लंबा वीडियो नहीं है, छोटा ही वीडियो है, wherein I'll try to highlight the points which is preventing women's full involvement in the frontline combat roles.
You're watching Network Generation. NetGen.
Now, women's entry into the Indian Army itself has a very interesting start. It all began in 1989 when a young, ambitious girl pursuing law in college, she saw an advertisement in a newspaper urging young men to join the Indian Army. So she wrote a letter to the then Chief of Defense Staff, General Sunit Francis Rodriguez, जिसको आप अभी स्क्रीन पे भी देख पा रहे हो. She wrote a letter to him urging him to open the gates for the women aspirants as well. If men were encouraged to join the Indian Army, why not the same opportunities were being provided to women? She asked him, and she did get a reply from him. It was a positive reply, confirming that the Indian Army indeed was considering opening its gates for the women aspirants. 2 years later, in 1992, Indian Army did open its gates for the women, and this young girl who wrote the letter, she was the first one to be formally inducted into the forces as an officer. She is Major Priya Jhingan. She was commissioned into the Indian Army on 6th March 1993, though she took her retirement 10 years later. ना मेजर प्रिया झिंगन की तरह ऐसे काफ़ी महिलाओं ने भारतीय फ़ौज में अपनी जगह बनाई है, अपना मान-सम्मान बढ़ाया है और इसके साथ-साथ इस चिंताधारा को भी तोड़ा है कि महिला सीमित है अपने घर और घरेलू मामले में। Women have been performing exceptionally well in the Indian Army. They have garnered huge respect in our society, and they have been a source of inspiration for countless young girls across our country. इसके साथ साथ the government and the judicial system of our country have been proactive in making the Indian Army as gender neutral as possible in order to include as much women as possible in almost every branch of it. आप देख लीजिए, पहले women could only be inducted on शॉर्ट सर्विस कमीशन बेसिस, जो अब चलकर परमानेंट कमीशन हो चुका है औरतों के लिए। अभी एनडीए भी चालू हो चुका है। वुमेन नाउ हैव द पावर टू कमांड ट्रूप्स। वुमेन के पास अभी कमांडिंग पावर भी आ चुका है। सो स्टेप्स हैव बीन टेकन इन फेवर ऑफ देम इन ऑर्डर टू इंक्लूड द वुमेन इन द वर्कफोर्स एज वेल। तो तो अगर इन सबको ध्यान से देखा जाए, फौज में महिलाएं तो हैं, लेकिन ज़्यादातर महिलाएं एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव या फिर टेक्निकल रोल्स में हैं या फिर मेडिकल रोल्स में हैं। जैसे ज़्यादातर आपको महिलाएं मिल जाएंगे एजुकेशन कॉर्प्स में या मेडिकल कॉर्प्स में, सिग्नल हो गया, आपका इंटेलिजेंस कॉर्प्स हो गया, जेएजी हो गया। ये आ जाता है लीगल, एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव, टेक्निकल और मेडिकल हो गया। लेकिन फ्रंट लाइन की बात जब आती है, तब महिलाएं कहाँ हैं? द इन्फेंट्री रेजिमेंट, वहाँ पर महिलाएं नहीं हैं। सो दिस इज़ द ओनली रेजिमेंट, द इन्फेंट्री, जहाँ पर आपको महिलाएं नहीं मिलेंगी। इसके बहुत सारे कारण दिए गए हैं। इट्स अ वेरी डिबेटेबल इशू इन आवर कंट्री। लॉट्स ऑफ डिबेट्स एंड डिस्कशंस आर गोइंग ऑन रिगार्डिंग वुमेन्स इन्वॉल्वमेंट इन द फ्रंट लाइन कॉम्बैट रोल्स, जिसको हम इन्फेंट्री संभालती हैं हमारे फौज की। तो यहाँ पर महिलाएं नहीं हैं, अभी तक नहीं है। तो काफ़ी डिबेट चल रहा है, काफ़ी बहुत सारे कारण दे हैव बीन पुट फॉर्थ बाय. So the men exclusive nature of the infantry regiments have been debatable, and lots of discussions are going on and have taken place on the matter. Many reasons have been put forth regarding औरतों को अभी तक क्यों नहीं लाया गया है फ्रंट लाइन्स में। बहुत सारे कारण हैं। पहला एक कारण है कि वुमेन ऑफिसर्स नीड डिफरेंट ट्रीटमेंट एंड अरेंजमेंट just because they are females. Another reason that has been put forth is that the women soldiers, the fitness standards for women and men, they are different because it's physiological differences. So यहाँ पर biology आ जाता है. So this biology, because of this biology and physiological differences, the issue arises, and because of this, there's a difference in the fitness standard of both male and female, which will impact the workforce, especially in the infantry. Another reason is that the bulk of the soldiers in the Indian Army, in the infantry, they come from the belt areas. Belt areas, the Hindi belt areas. हिंदी बेल्ट में ज़्यादातर जो जवान आते हैं वो गांव से आते हैं. दे कम फ्रॉम द रूरल एरियाज वेयर देयर इज अ प्रेजुडिस्ड preconceived patriarchal norms existing. यहाँ से जब जवान उठ के आते हैं सेना में, they are not really mentally schooled to accept or take orders from a woman officer in command. होता ही नहीं है उनसे. And this issue was also pointed out by the government to the Supreme Court that the male troops are not really willing to take orders from a woman officer. So this will create an issue क्योंकि जहाँ पर bulk of the soldiers ग्राम से उठ के आ रहे हैं, they are not really ready to take orders or commands from a woman. So this a major issue which has been pointed out, why women are not there in the infantry, in the front lines. Another reason is that another medical reason is that women tend to lose a good amount of service years because of motherhood and childcare. So, which is seen as a disadvantaged to be deployed in the front line. Another reason that is put forth is that, given the very friendly neighbors we have, if by chance any woman soldier is captured as a prisoner of war, it is going to be a great cause of distress, physical, mental, and physiological, for both that woman soldier as well as our country. So, the Indian Army is taking its time before letting women out fully along the frontiers in the infantry. So, given all these points, it is also necessary to highlight that women have been making great strides in the other branches of the army, right? हम एक के बाद एक ताला तोड़ते आ रहे हैं, आखिरी ताला बाकी है, ये भी टूट ही जाएगा कुछ सालों में, उम्मीद यही करते हैं. क्योंकि if you look at the other countries across the world, like the US, we have Israel, France, Netherlands, Canada, Germany, all these countries, they have deployed their women in the front lines. Their women participate in the combat roles in the infantry itself. So if these countries can take steps in that, our country can also do that, and we have made great progress towards it, if not completely, but towards it we are progressing gradually, and it will be in no time that hopefully we can see women soldiers on the front lines as well. Now, taking inspiration from all these countries, um, it can be sensible to conclude that a change of mindset is the need of the hour. माइंडसेट तो चेंज हुआ है काफ़ी हद तक, लेकिन और भी चेंज होना ज़रूरी है. एंड along with this there needs to be a proper grooming of the soldiers as well. क्योंकि ज़्यादातर जैसे मैंने पहले कहा था ग्राम से उठ के आते हैं, तो उन लोगों को पहले प्रॉपर स्कूलिंग होनी चाहिए, क्योंकि जैसे जैसे महिलाओं की हिस्सेदारी बढ़ती जा रही है, द मैन ऑल्सो नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट दे नीड टू वर्क शोल्डर टू शोल्डर विद द वुमेन. Sometimes they need to take command from her, sometimes they need to take her seriously, that she is their commander, she is their senior, they are subordinate to her and they have to respect that hierarchy. because that's how the army is. Hierarchy matters here. So they have to be schooled in that sense, in that way. And we have been making great progress in that field. A little more is needed along the way, which will be done, and which is it's a make in progress. So I hope in a couple of years, maybe so, we will be able to see women along the frontiers in the Indian Army. So it will be quite exciting to see what the phase of the workforce in the Indian Army will look like a decade later. It is an exciting, especially for the women out there. With this, I would like to end this video. I hope you found it fruitful, and we will be coming back with more. So stay tuned. If you have found the video worthwhile, a like and subscribe is expected as a token of appreciation. Also, I would recommend you to watch our last video on BRICS currency and how it is going to stand as a challenge against the US dollar. Apart from this, we do have our website by the name of Network Generation, wherein articles are published pertaining to international relations and politics. We do regularly receive contributions in the form of articles, write ups, essays, commentaries written by people from diverse walks of life. The link to our website has been given down below in the description box. Kindly go through it. Also, if you wish to contribute or write to us, if you want to express any viewpoint of yours, please feel free to reach out to us for the purpose. Our email address has been given down below in the description box. Moreover, the links to our social media presence have also been shared. Do follow them. Thank you so much.